Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakotisamaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Shrutismrutipurāṇānaṁ ālayam karunalayam namāmi pādam Shankaram lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarchinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadami Bhagavat Giteva Vadveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sankavadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasam Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantanna Vidussura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Namaste once again, everyone.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Namaste, Guruji. Namaste.
So, 40th shloka we will chant. Namah purastadata prushtataste.
Namah purastadata
Namostute sarvata eva sarva.
Namostute sarvata eva sarva.
Ananta viryamita vikramasvam.
Ananta viryamita vikramasvam.
Sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha.
Sarvam samapnoshi sarvaha.
So, Lord Krishna, while answering Arjuna's question, pointed out that I am the Kala Tattvam. And we should remember that time is not separate from the creation. And therefore, when I appreciate the Lord as Kalaha, I simultaneously appreciate the Lord as Deshaha also. Because time and space are inseparable entities. And once I appreciate Desha and Kala as Ishvara, then everything existing in time and space also must be Ishvara, because the world cannot exist separate from Desha and Kala. This is another way to actually look at how to understand everything is Ishvara. Where everything in this universe is within the time and space paradigm. And time and space are Ishvara. So everything is Ishvara only. And that is why, Adi Shankara in Dakshinamurti Stotram says, Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitra Chitri Kritam So he uses this Desha Kala Kalana Maya Kalpita. So when we say Bhagavan created the world, it means Bhagavan created time, space, and the world. Of course, these discussions are all aside topic and not part of the Vishwarupa Darshanam chapter. But since Krishna has already referred to himself as I am Kala Tattvam, we must understand, the whole creation from another standpoint also. And once I know Bhagavan created time and space in the world, we may get into a logical problem. Because then automatically one question will come. When did Bhagavan create time? It's a very tricky question. If you try to find an answer intellectually to that question, it can never be answered. Because if we say Bhagavan created time at, say, midnight or 8 p.m. on so and so date, that means time was existing before. And, like the TV news and all, the countdown will start. Or not countdown, actually count up. 7:50, 51, 52 till 8 p.m. 7:59, there will be a signature tune and time will be created. It would be totally illogical. Because before creation of time, how can you measure anything by time? And therefore, we can never answer the question, when did Bhagavan create the time? Can we answer the question, when did Bhagavan create the universe? It can't be answered. Similarly, the next logical knot is, where does space exist? And the most difficult last question is, how the cause-effect principle come into being? See, there are so many such questions which cannot be answered. And that is why we use the word Maya. Maya does not mean we do not know how to answer. Maya means intellectually these questions are untenable. They exist, but we do not know when it all started. And all these, they are discussed in Mandukya Upanishad in great detail. And if at all we get an opportunity to study the Mandukya, we will deal with it at that time. And therefore, here we should understand that Bhagavan is time, Bhagavan is space, Bhagavan is objects also. And once I know Bhagavan is time, space, and objects, it follows that Bhagavan is all the events also. Because time and space include events, including the event of this Gita class. Gita class is not an object, it is an event. And therefore, Lord is time, Lord is space, Lord is objects, Lord is events. And finally, and most importantly, Lord is the order. Capital O, order, the cosmic order, the laws. Lord is all the laws also. LAWS. The law of gravitation, the law of motion, magnetic laws. All the laws which govern the cosmic order are Bhagavan alone. All of them are Lord alone because those laws are infallible. For example, that water boils at a particular temperature under certain circumstances is a law which will hold good at all times. We cannot question why it boils at that temperature and not at any other temperature. Such questions do not have an answer. So this is the universal law for everyone. And that means every event is governed by a set of physical laws as well as moral laws. And those laws are also an integral part of the creation. What we refer to as the cosmic order, Pujya Swamiji calls it the Ishwara's order, which governs the music of creation, which governs the orchestra of creation. So Bhagavan is Desha hai, Kala hai, Vastuhu, Sambhava hai. Sambhava hai means events, as well as Niyatihi and Niyamaha. All of them are Bhagavan himself. So instead of saying Bhagavan created all of them, we have now progressed a little bit. And we say Bhagavan is all of them. By which we mean, whenever I experience any one of them, I am experiencing Bhagavan in me intimately. This thought, this transformation in our thinking, in the way our mind works, we should bring in. Every experience is Bhagavan's experience. I don't need to go to a temple or some pilgrimage and all. Where I am sitting, when I close my eyes, it is Bhagavan. Open my eyes, I see Bhagavan. Everything around me is Bhagavan alone, Ishvara alone. Because some people say, I had a dream where Lord Vishnu came or some other Lord came and spoke to me. So I had darshanam of the Lord in my dream. This kind of statement shows their ignorance. They do not know anything about the Lord. For them, because they have never seen the Lord before, that's the first time they are seeing in their dream. And for them, the Lord looks like the image or photo in the altar of their homes. They fail to understand that when you gain the knowledge, that God is everything, there is no question of having darshanam in dream, because even during waking hours, we are having darshanam of Lord only at all times. And they are unaware of this fact that they are having Sarvadha Ishvara Darshanam. And as we were discussing in the last class, Arjuna seems to be making a beginning in understanding all these, especially the fact that the distance between us and God is not in terms of time and space, but one of ignorance. And therefore, whenever there is a talk of distance or travel to reach God, it is all purely due to what? Ignorance, improper understanding of God. And obviously, this ignorance, for that matter, any ignorance, can be removed only by knowledge. And therefore, this chapter, this Vishwarupa Darshanam, should remove the idea of reaching God. And therefore, Arjuna says, you are sarvam samapnoshi. You are all pervading. And therefore, tataha asi sarvaha. And therefore, you are everything. So first he says you pervade everything. Then he says you are everything. Like first we say gold pervades all the ornaments. That is statement number 1. And the next statement is, there is no question of gold pervading all the ornaments. In fact, gold is in the form of all ornaments. Therefore, tatah asi sarvaha. You are everything, O Lord. This wisdom slowly starts dawning on Arjuna. And that is why he has done so many namaskarams after namaskarams to the Lord. Now, after doing all those namaskarams to the Lord, Arjuna suddenly realizes how foolish he has been in the past. And that is expressed in the next shloka. We will read. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam.
Sakheti matva prasamanda yaduktam.
He Krishna, he Yadava, he Sakethi.
He
He
Krishna,
Krishna,
he
He
Yadava, he
Yadava, He
Sakheti.
Sakyati,
Ajanata mahimanam tavedam.
Ajanamata mahimanam tadvedam.
Maya pramadat pranayena vapi.
Maya
Pramadat Pranayena Vapi.
So Anvaya is Matva Sakha iti yat He Krishna, he Yadava, he Sakhe Prasabham pramadat va api pranayena uktam maya ajanata idam mahimanam tava. Matva, regarding you, considering you, Sakha iti, as my friend, iti yat, expressions like He Krishna, O Krishna, He Yadava, O Yadava, He Sakhe, O friend, Prasabham, rudely, Pramadat, indifferently, Va api pranayena, or affectionately, Uktam maya, uttered by me, Ajanata, who did not know, Idam mahimanam, this glory tower of yours. Now, mind is maturing. And that is these are all the indications of mature mind. That is why most people will find it very difficult to say sorry for something wrong they have done, some mistake they have done. They will only try to justify, why should I say sorry? It is not my mistake. Even if you have done mistake by ignorance, there is no harm in saying sorry. The more sorry you say for the mistakes you do to other people, I mean, if you have done a mistake to yourself, you have to say sorry to yourself. But learn from that. But the more sorry you tell to other people, more dilute your ego becomes. So Arjuna has started on that journey, on the spiritual journey. Ego dilution, understanding everything as Ishvara, saying sorry for the mistakes that he has done in the past, unknowingly. So he says, regarding you as my friend, expression like, oh Krishna, oh Yadava, oh friend, etc., have been rudely, indifferently, or affectionately also uttered by me, who did not know this glory of yours. So as I said, now Arjuna looks back, because he has understood that Krishna is not an ordinary jiva. But Krishna is Bhagavan himself, who deserves all the namaskarams, all the reverence the Lord deserves. So now he knows how to treat the Lord, how to respect the Lord. But then he looks back and he remembers that before knowing all this, he has never treated the Lord as the Lord. He has treated him only as a friend. And therefore, he has never given the respect the Lord deserves. And therefore, he feels bad about it. Even though Lord Krishna does not feel bad. But Arjuna feels that he has insulted Bhagavan. And therefore, he asks for forgiveness in these verses. And as I said, this is another sign of a maturing ego. Hey Krishna, Sakha iti matva. I thought you were an ordinary human being and that you are a friend of mine. Sakha means friend, especially a friend who is of almost equal age. So, Sakha iti matva, considering you as my friend, prasabam yat uktam. Prasabam means rudely, irreverently, without respect, impolitely. Hey Krishna, I have actually called you with so many different ways without realizing that you are Bhagavan. I should have addressed you as Hey Bhagavan. But what did I do? I addressed you by your first name, Hey Krishna. See, addressing someone by the first name is acceptable in some cultures. For example, in Western MNCs, multinational companies, etc., it is okay. If you address even the CEO by the first name, you can call him James, Charles, whatever it is, But in our culture, addressing someone whom you respect, it is considered to be impolite. And that is why, of course, extending this, in our culture, there are certain hierarchies. Children are lower in the hierarchy as compared to the parents. So children should not address the parents by their names. They should call them by their title, father, mother, appa, amma, whatever it is, mata, ma, pita, not by their names. That is our culture. And Arjuna, of course, understands that, he knows this culture. And therefore he says, I have addressed you in a very, very impolite manner in the past. In fact, in Sanskrit, calling someone with Hey, like Hey Krishna, is considered to be a very informal way of addressing. Even though it may not amount to disrespect, it will not be used when addressing elders or people who are to be revered. For example, normally, if somebody is very near us, we will not say hey. But somebody is far away, we'll say hey. For example, if you are in a restaurant and then there's a waiter there, you say, hey waiter, come here. It is not impolite, but it's an informal way to say. So the word hey, we will never use for somebody who is elder, who is to be respected, etc. I mean, the Tamil equivalent, if I can recall, is, the word da. Like, vada, poda. Friends and all, you say vada, poda. You can't use that for your father, mother, vadi, podi. Mother, vadi, podi and all. Or in Hindi, or Urdu, tu or tum instead of aap. That hey in Sanskrit is something like that. So I have impolitely addressed you as Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Sakhe, etc. But it is not because of my disrespect to you, but because of sheer ignorance. Tava mahimanam ajanata. In fact, indirectly, Arjuna is pointing out, Krishna, this is your mistake because you have taken an ordinary human form. How am I to know? Till I came to the 11th chapter and you showed me the Vishwarupa Darshanam, I have been considering you only as a human being, my friend. In fact, you are related to me through my mother. Sorry, not through my mother, through my wife. Isn't it? No, through mother only. Kunti Devi. Krishna is supposed to be Mama of Arjuna. Yeah. Through my mother. So if you were Bhagavan, I would have expected you at least to come with 3-4 heads, some extra hands, Chaturbhuja and all. Then I would have known that you are an extraordinary person. But you have come only with an ordinary human form. That is your mistake. And therefore, Tava Mahimanam, your real glory, Ajanata, I did not know. Now, there's a small grammar point for the grammar students. In the sloka, there is this Tava Idam. But there is another reading also in some texts, Tava Imam. So instead of Idam Mahimanam, the reading is Imam Mahimanam. Both readings are there. But grammatically, Idam Mahimanam is incorrect. Because Mahimanam is masculine gender, Idam is neuter gender. And therefore, they cannot be put together. These are all only for people who know little bit of Sanskrit grammar. Others don't start fretting. Don't worry. So if it is Idam Mahimanam, it is grammatically incorrect. But that is what is there in the sloka. So does it mean that Vyasacharya is wrong? He does not know Sanskrit? We don't say that. We say it is poetic license. For some reason, Vyasacharya has used idam instead of imam. So we can justify it. It is poetic license. But if it is taken as imam mahimanam, then grammatically it is appropriate. And therefore, for our understanding, we will change idam mahimanam into imam mahimanam reading. So means without knowing your glory, imam mahimanam, without knowing your this glory, imam mahimanam means this real glory, I have been very impolite and perhaps sometimes rude also. Or he says, may you please understand that maya pramadat, inadvertence. I have used those words casually or carelessly. And because we have been very, very close, In the past, I have perhaps been speaking to you without thinking. And that is the human behavior, isn't it? When we are in a group of people, we are very careful how we speak, what we speak, how we address others, etc. But when we are moving with friends, we become totally informal to the extent that we may even abuse each other without meaning it. And therefore, Arjuna says, give me the benefit of doubt. I might have used such words, pramadat, inadvertently or unwittingly. Or one more way you can take it, dear Krishna, pranaye. I would have used such words affectionately because of my closeness to you, because of our intimate friendship. I would have used such expression. And therefore, I beg you, please do not take it to your heart. Do not take it seriously. Arjuna continues. We will chant. You can unmute. Yachavaha sartama satkrutosi
यच्चावः सार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि
viharashayyasana bhojaneshu
विहारशय्यासन भोजनेषु
eko tavapyachyuta tatsamaksham
एको
समक्षम्
takshamaye twamaham aprameyyam.
तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम्
Anvayait yat cha avahasartam asatkritah asi viharashayya asana bhojaneshu atava ekah api tat samaksham achyuta tat aham shamaye tvam aprameyam. Yat cha, moreover, avahasartam, for the sake of fun, asat kritah asi, you have been slighted by me. Vihara shayya asana bhojaneshu, while playing, reclining, sitting and eating. Atava ekah, or in privacy. Tat samaksham, or in public. Achyuta, O Krishna, tat, for that. Aham chamaye, I seek forgiveness. Tvam, from you. Aprameyam, the incomprehensible one. So moreover, for the sake of fun, you have been slighted by me while playing, reclining, sitting or eating, either in privacy or in public. O Krishna, for that I seek forgiveness from you, the incomprehensible one. So not only that Arjuna says, I might have insulted you several times for the sake of fun. Avahasartham means for the sake of fun. I might have disrespected you. I might have pulled your leg, as the idiom goes. I might have pulled your leg. Asat kritah asi, because you are a friend. I might have played friendly pranks with you. I might have done that on several occasions, like Vihara Shayya Asana Bhojaneshu. As I said, we must bear in mind that Arjuna and Krishna were almost of the same age. When Mahabharata war took place, if I am not wrong, Krishna was 84 years old and Arjuna was 80 years old. Only 4 years difference. So in that yuga, you just imagine today 80, 84 and all, people will find it difficult even to stand on their own. But they were fighting wars. That is why, every yuga, the longevity comes down and down and down. So that is what we must understand. And because of almost being the same age, right from childhood, they were very intimate friends. And therefore, Arjuna says, we have been together during several occasions, like Vihara while playing, Shayya on the bed when sleeping together, Asana while sitting together, or Bhojana while eating. During all these occasions, I might have played several pranks and thus I might have insulted you. And sometimes I might have insulted you when we were only there. There's nobody else around. But sometimes I might have done that in the front of others also, in public also. Therefore, ekaha, when we were alone in private, or tatsamaksham, publicly in front of others also, I might have made fun of you. For all of them, I seek your forgiveness. Tvam tat aham kshamaye. Please pardon me. Please excuse me for such a treatment. And I know you will do that because you are aprameyam. You are unlike the worldly people. Worldly people, if I had insulted them, they would have kept it in their mind. And they would be looking for an opportunity, a payback opportunity. But you are extraordinary. Aprameyam here means matchless, incomparable, unlike the worldly people. And I am sure that when I am asking for forgiveness from my heart, you will certainly forgive me. Arjuna continues next stoka. Pitasi lokasya characharasya. Unmute.
पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य
Again, all of you. Pitasi lokasya characharasya.
पितासि
पितासि
लोकस्य
लोकस्य
चराचरस्य
चराचरस्य
Tvamasya pugyascha gururgariyan.
त्वमस्य
त्वमस्य
पूज्यस्य
पूज्यस्य
गुरुर्गरीयान्
गुरुर्गरीया
Na न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिक कुतोऽन्यः
न
न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यधिकः
त्वत्समोऽस्त्यधिकः
कुतोऽन्यः
कुतोम्यः
लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव
लोकत्रयप्रतिमप्रभाव.
Sometimes tongue twisters are there. So the Anvaya is Pita Asi Asya Lokasya Characharasya Tvam Pujyah Cha Guruhu Gariyan Asti Na Tvat Samah Kutah Anyah Abhyadikah Apratima Prabhava Lokatraye Api. Pita Asi, you are the father. Asya Lokasya, of this world. Characharasya, moving and stationary. Tvam Pujya, you are the adorable one. Cha Guruhu, and the teacher. Gariyan, who is superior to all. Asti na, there is none. Tvam Samaha, equal to you. Kutaha, how can there be Anyaha, any other one? Abhyadikaha, superior to you. Apratima Prabhava, O Lord, whose power is unmatched. Lokatraye api, in all the three worlds. So you are the father of this world, moving and stationary. You are the adorable one and the teacher who is superior to all. There is none equal to you. How can there be another one superior to you, O Lord, whose power is unmatched in all three worlds? So as I said, this sloka has got one or two tongue twisters. So you have to be very careful so that you don't miss any letter. Asya characharasya lokasya tvam pita asi. You are the father. You are the karanam of this entire creation. Now what about mother? Mother also you are. Because in the Vedic teaching, father and mother are inseparable. One is Brahma Tattvam, another is Maya Tattvam. Brahman and Maya are inseparable. And that is why Vishnu and Lakshmi are inseparable. Lakshmi always occupies the chest of the Lord. Of course, these days, some people also keep Lakshmi Devi in our pockets, isn't it? Especially back pocket. But some people, consider it as an insult to Lakshmi, who is sacred. And that is why Vishnu keeps Lakshmi in his chest, close to his heart. Vakshasthanastita Lakshmi. Brahmaji keeps Saraswati in his tongue itself. And Shiva goes a step further. He is Ardhanarishwara. Half his body is occupied by Parvati. So this is the importance given to women in our culture and in our scriptures. Therefore, all the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, we find father and mother cannot be separated. The philosophical significance is Brahman and Maya are inseparable. And that is why when you worship mother, father is included. And when you worship father, mother is included. And therefore Arjuna says, Pitasi, means you are both father and mother. Asya lokasya, of this world. What type of loka? Characharasya, the world consisting of moving and non-moving things. Moving beings and non-moving things. So moving referring to Chetana, the living beings, and non-moving referring to Achetana, sentient, Achetana, insentient. So Charachara, we can take it as sentient and insentient. So here we have to understand two things. In Vedanta teaching, there are three stages. Philosophically, first we say Bhagavan creates the world. This is the stage number 1. Stage 2 is Bhagavan himself becomes the world. And therefore, the world is Bhagavan himself. This is the second stage. And the last stage is Bhagavan appears as the world without undergoing any change. Because for anything to appear as anything else, modification is required. A lump of gold to become an ornament has to be modified, different modifications for different kinds of ornaments, different shapes. So when you say Bhagavan becomes the world, question will be, does that mean that Bhagavan has actually changed, modified himself to become the world? In fact, this is not just some, word play. There are some philosophies who believe this. So therefore, Vedanta insists that Bhagavan becomes the world without changing, without undergoing change. So the first stage is called Nimitta Karana Ishvara or Ekarupa Ishvara. The second stage is called Upadana Karana Ishvara or Aneka Rupa Ishvara. The third stage is called Vivarta Upadana Ishvara or Arupa Ishvara. So Arjuna is conveying the first two aspects here. So he says, you are the father of the world. And earlier he has said, you are the world. So these two aspects, creator of the world and you are the world, both these two aspects he has covered in these verses. And not only that, Tvam Asya Pujyaha Cha, you are the one to be worshipped by the entire creation, the ultimate object of worship. And that is why even if anyone else receives worship, suppose we receive worship, say our children do namaskara to us. Of course, that itself is questionable, but assume they do namaskara to us. At least on some special occasions and all. The priest will tell the children, do namaskara to your parents, so they may do it. So suppose our children do namaskara to us. Or let us say the students do namaskara to us as teachers. Or anyone does namaskara to us. What are we supposed to do? Because as a human being, we don't deserve any namaskara. That is the basic truth. Because namaskara is a physical act to convey that you are to be revered, you are a pujya. But still, we do receive namaskara, whatever may have been, our behavior and our thought process and our dharma, adharma practices, etc. Still, people will do namaskara. At that time, what are we supposed to do? We have guidance in the Upanishads. Matridevo bhava, Pitridevo bhava, Acharya devo bhava, and all. Because of this, we may receive namaskaras from children or Acharya devo bhava from the students. So all of them have to do namaskara. And therefore, we should not and we cannot stop them from doing namaskara, because if we do so, it will be like an insult to the Vedas, isn't it? Vedas are ordaining that you do namaskara, and they do namaskara. You say, no, 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 don't do namaskara. That is insult to Vedas. Therefore, what we do, we get the namaskara, quietly hand over the namaskara to the Lord. So whenever anyone does namaskara to us, we should say in our mind, "Oh Lord, I am receiving this namaskara on your behalf and I am passing it on to you immediately. I don't want to keep or retain any part of this namaskara. And therefore, there is only one who deserves all the puja, all namaskara. And therefore, Tvam eva pujya hai. You alone are worthy of worship. And this is something we have to remember and practice. Because otherwise, according to the Shastra, if we do not hand over the namaskara to the Lord, it will cause spiritual downfall. Why? Because we will become proud. Oh, our ego, instead of getting diluted, will get bloated. See, that fellow is doing namaskara to me, this fellow is doing namaskara to me. So a bloated ego can lead to a spiritual downfall. Now you may ask, how do we hand over namaskara to the Lord? The Mahatmas have shown the way. When we do namaskara to a Mahatma, they will say, close their eyes and they'll say, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Which indicate that they are beckoning the Lord. Oh Lord, please come. This fellow is doing namaskara to me. Please come urgently and take this namaskara. I don't want any of it. So that is why instead of the best blessing is Hari Om. Because person who is receiving the namaskara should bless. Here Bhagavan should receive the namaskara, so he will bless the people who are doing namaskara. And therefore, Tvam eva pujya hai. And not only the Lord is the creator of the world, Lord is the creator of the scriptural teaching tradition also. So the teaching tradition is also initiated by the Lord. Therefore, the Lord is Adi Guruhu also. And that is why at the beginning of every class, what we say, Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam. Or if you are a Vishnu Bhakta, you will say Narayana Samarambham. You can use anything as long as you understand that Bhagavan is not only Pitha, but also Guruhu. So Pujya Guruhu. And what type of Guru he is? He is not an auto rickshaw driver Guru, because I have observed, of course, not recently, long ago, when I had been to Chennai, I saw one auto rickshaw driver addressing another auto rickshaw driver as Guru. So not that type of Guru. I don't know what the other auto rickshaw driver had taught this fellow. Certainly it will not be Vedanta or any scriptural teaching. Probably he taught him to follow, all the, he must have taught him all the tricks, how to overcharge a customer, and that is why he is calling him a Guru. That's possible. But here the Guru Arjuna refers to is Gariyan, the great Guru who superior to all Gurus. So in short, Arjuna says, you are the greatest Guru compared to all other Gurus. What is the logic? Because our intellect will not accept such statements and will want to know the reason, the logic behind saying this. So you should all know the answer. What is the answer? Simple answer. All other Gurus were Sishyas before becoming a Guru. They have learned the Shastra from their Guru. For example, Shankaracharya had a great Guru, all right, but he himself was a Shishya of Govinda Bhagawad Pada, who was also a great Guru. Govinda Bhagawad Pada had his own Guru. So he himself was a Shishya at one time. So everyone is a relative Guru, whereas Bhagavan is the absolute Guru, because he is the only final Guru who was never a Shishya, who never had his Guru. Therefore, he is not only the fatherless father, but also the Guruless Guru. So the Guruless Guru here is called Gariyan, Guru Tamaha, Adi Guruhu. And therefore, Tvam Samaha na Asti. Tvam Samaha na Asti means there is no one equal to you. You are matchless. You are incomparable. Because infinite can never have a match, because there cannot be any second infinite, isn't it? And when there is nobody equal to you, where is the question of somebody being greater than you? There can be nothing beyond infinite. Therefore, there is neither someone equal to you, nor someone superior to you. Kutaha anyaha abhyatikaha. Abhyatikaha means superior. And therefore, O Lord, lokatraye api apratima prabhava. Therefore, in all three worlds, you are the matchless one. Apratimaha means upamana rahitaha. Pratima here means upamana, comparison. Apratimaha means matchless one. And not only you are matchless, but you are also prabhavaha. Prabhava means glory. So you are the Lord of matchless glory. See, suddenly Arjuna is all praise for the Lord. Because he has started understanding what Ishvara is, what Bhagavan is, what is the Swarupa of Krishna. So now next sloka, 44th sloka. All of you please unmute. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam.
तस्मात्
प्रणम्य
प्रणिधाय
प्रणिधाय
कायम्
कायम्
Prasadaye twamahamishamidhyam.
प्रसादये
त्वामहमीशमीड्यम्
त्वामहमीशमीड्यम्
त्वम्
Piteva putrasya sakheva sakyuho.
पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः
Priya priyayarhasi deva sodhum.
प्रिय
प्रियप्रियार्हसि
प्रियार्हसि
देव सोढुम्
देवसोऽहम्
Anvaya is tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam. Aham prasadaye tvam idyam isham deva. Arhasi sodhum pita iva putrasya sakyuhu priyah priyayah. Tasma, therefore, pranamya, saluting, pranidaya karyam, pranidaya kayam, prostrating the body, doing sashtanga namaskara. Aham prasadaye, I propitiate. Tvam, you. Idyam Isham, the adorable Lord. Deva, O Lord. Arhasi Sodhum. You should forgive my offenses. Pita Iva. Just as a father forgives Putrasya of the son, he forgives all those, the wrongdoings of the son. Saka Iva, just as a friend forgives the wrongdoings of Sakyu, of the friend. Priyaha, and just as a husband forgives those Priyayaha of the wife. Don't ask me, does not the wife forgive the husband? That Arjuna is not dealing with that, so I will not go into that. Okay. Therefore, saluting and prostrating the body, I propitiate you, the adorable Lord. O Lord, you should forgive my offenses just as a father forgives those of his son, just as a friend forgives those of the friend, and just as a husband forgives those of his wife. So, is it that Arjuna is saying all these things as a lip service? Doesn't seem to be so. Because he is feeling so guilty that the guilt does not leave him. Even though he has not done any serious offense, he has only treated Krishna as a friend. He has not hurt him or harmed him. But even considering Krishna as a friend, Arjuna feels is a very great insult. This is Arjuna's viewpoint. We should not justify it that we cannot treat Bhagavan as a friend. Because there are so many Mahatmas, in their compositions and musical compositions, they have actually treated Bhagavan as a friend only. But Arjuna, being still ignorant, on the path, just he has started taking the steps towards the spiritual journey, feels that he has insulted Bhagavan by actually considering Krishna as his friend. And that's why I said treating Bhagavan as a friend is accepted in the bhakti literature. Which is called Sakhya Bhakti. There is a shloka in Bhagavatam which describe Navadha Bhakti, 9 types of Bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dhasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. 9 types of bhakti are talked about. So treating the Lord as a friend is acceptable. But as I said, Arjuna is in the initial stages, so therefore he feels guilty. And therefore again he says, Tasmat, because I have offended you, insulted you, belittled you. Therefore, pranamya, I offer extra prayaschitta namaskaras. I think it's time. We will continue in the next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you very much,
Guruji.
Guruji. Pranam.
Thank you, Guruji.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you Guruji. Namaskaram.
Hari Om Guruji, thank
Hari
you.
Om. Namaste. Namaskaram. Hari Om. Okay, Arun Kumarji.
Namaste, Guruji. Just wanted to have your recap very briefly in 1 minute about the birth of time or the impossibility of being, no, the possibility of being only anadi, that, nothing can exist. So that part alone.
See, we say Bhagavan created time. Correct?
Correct.
Because time is a part of creation. Time and space are part of creation. So
Correct.
when Bhagavan created the world, universe, time was created.
Oh.
Now, if you ask, when did Bhagavan create the world
Ah,
or create time, that
Ah.
question itself is illogical because you can't answer. Before that, there was no time. So how
correct.
can you say when? Isn't it? That is the illogical question. So we cannot ask this question, when was time created? Because whenever it was created, time was not there. Time came
Absolutely.
afterwards. So how can
Logic.
there be time?
Correct.
If time was already there, then we can't say Bhagavan created time, isn't it?
The fallacy of logic and words.
Yes, yes, yes. But normally it will look very, very normal to us to ask this question, when did Bhagavan